Well, don't you just love it when updates are done? We now have sound. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties. This is what happens when your announcer, Byron Rodney's been out on the road for a month. Welcome to ESBN, the Esports Broadcasting Network. My friend, you know, you've heard his voice while I've been gone. Tony P's in the booth. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, vertical and above ground is what I'm looking at for right now. Sin City has not been kind to me today. From the time I stepped off the plane coming from the Spa Francorchamps to the time I got to the track, I dumped $1,000.
Nice.
One-armed bandits are a bastard.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Actually, I dumped 700 of them before I even got the baggage claim.
I will bet. Anyway, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm still having technical difficulties, just a little. But qualifying's going on the track right now. It's about winding up. Who we got up on the top? Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. No surprise, Mark Arthur sitting on top of the pole. Jay Powell running second. Kevin Paskowicz, there's a surprise. He was hunting for the setup on the car. Couldn't quite find it, but he's got it now.
No, he pulled a lap out of his backside for that one. Turn 2 has not been kind to the Marietta College PH Aware Ride to Give number 7 tonight.
I see.
They're starting to grid up, sir.
Yep, looks like everyone's starting to take the grid. Let's take a look at the grid. If I can get myself all set up here. Like I said, technical difficulties. Welcome to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Lucky Lockdown 300 going to happen tonight. Playoff race. We got some drivers that are in, some drivers that are out, some drivers that aren't going to make it. But taking a look out on the grid, who's going to start it off tonight? Let's take a look and see. Mark Arthur is going to start on the pole. Jason Powell is going to be to his elbow, taking the second position. Kevin Paskowicz is going to roll off third. Nick Oki is going to roll off fourth. I haven't seen Nick,
Hold it.
What's that?
Nick Okie.
Okie.
I've been yelled at too many times in the past couple of weeks. It is Okie A.
Okay, Okie A. Okie A is going to come and kick me in the ding-ding, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Calgill is going to roll off fifth. Tim Bills is going to take the grid sixth. Seventh, rolling off the 41 machine of Dalton Kilroe. Doug Thompson in the 13 entry is going to roll off eighth. Bentley Glazer, usually he puts up a better qualifying effort than that. He can roll off ninth. Sam Baumgarten is going to roll off in the 53 machine 10th, followed by Derek Paulson and Kevin O'Brien in the 12th spot. And rounding out to the field tonight, starting shotgun, the boss, Tex Perry.
Segments tonight going to be 45, lap 90, and then good luck, kids. There's 13 cars scheduled to roll off to take the green on this one. And now, Byron, you've been gone for a little bit. This is race 1 of round 2 of the playoffs. And weirdly enough, only 9 of the top 12 have shown up here tonight at the city.
Yeah, taking a look as the field starts to roll off behind the Ford Mustang pace car out here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Out here in the desert. Checking the weather tonight, man. How hot have we got it out here tonight on the track? It's a cool day in the desert. 73 degrees out there. 78 degrees track temp. Shadows look like they're starting to lengthen off of turn 1, turn 2, heading down the Nellis backstretch.
Yeah, the one thing to watch out for, at least during the hot lap session, turn 2 on the exit has been Calamity Corner so far tonight. About 12, actually all 14 drivers have gone to their backup cars because they've wadded at least one during the hot lap session.
Yeah, car's getting a little dancy, you know, that loose condition we talk about. Snap, see you, bye, you know. The Ford Mustang brings them around turn 3, headed to turn 4. It's going to take that hard left into turn lane. We're going to fire them off in anger. Tony, you want to bring us to the green flag?
as Mark Arthur going to have the button. Pace car getting ready to make that hard left turn. The only thing that's left to do is pull those belts tighter one more time. Adjust the visor, and Grandpa, pop the Viagra. It's time to get it on in Sin City as the pace car is in and the green flag is out, and we are underway for the Lucky Lockdown 300 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Mark Arthur, he hits the loud pedal, tries to say, "See you boys, I'm out of here, catch me if you can." But you know what? Everyone else looks like they got a good start, but that low lane, he did get the jump on the second place. Jason Powell is going to fall in right behind him. Kevin Paskowicz going to roll off third. Nick Okie, he is holding down that fourth position as Mark Arthur, you know, normally we see him start to leg it out and run away. Jason Powell says, "No, you're not."
Well, now, here's the other thing that has happened since you've gone, and for those of our listeners and viewers who haven't been keeping up with the series, Mark Arthur, Jason Powell, and Sam Baumgarten have all left Flight Motorsports. They are now running in Outcast Autosport. So, you know, some shakings up going on. So Jason Powell has the advantage now of having the crew chief that is Mark Arthur helping him tune on that car, as he's under pressure right now from the Marietta College number 7 of Kevin Paskowicz.
Yeah, Kevin Paskowicz works underneath him, takes that second spot as he's working up to the rear bumper of Mark Arthur. Looks like Kevin might have found a handle on that car. We'll have to see how it works as we see, whoa, one takes a big dip down below the long line, got a little loose, had to chase it and get back on the track.
That looked like the 37 to 10 Bills going for a wild one coming off of 2. As he is losing spots, hand over fist right now, and falling back to the loss, Tech Berry in the Them Boys Toyota Camry number 85.
Mark Arthur still leading this race. Kevin Paskowicz hot on his heels. Jason Powell, who got a great start, he's starting to fade back, but don't look now. Kevin Paskowicz, he is starting to maybe make a thought about getting around the number 12. I would say Hello Kitty, My Little Pony entry, but let's take a closer look at Mark Arthur's machine. He's rocking Powerpuff Girls tonight.
Yes, he is. As you know, a lot of give and take is being shown early, as that, of course, is a new paint scheme from Michael Falk Racing Designs, and Sam Baumgarten rolling some new paint schemes tonight too, as well.
Yeah, taking a look at the number 53 entry, he's got that survey on there. Nice paint job. I haven't seen him. I normally see him rocking the Dr. Squatch colors, but he's got a different livery on that car. Looking sharp on the 53.
Well, like I said, the 3 of them have left Top Flight Motorsports, so they are no longer affiliated with Dr. Squatch officially. And Michael Falk Racing Designs picking up the tab for the remainder of the season with the Outcast Autosports boys, and you know, looking to see what's going to happen moving into next season.
Yeah, taking a look at the field, working around the track here. It's clean and green so far for the opening laps of this thing. 7 down. We're working lap 7 at 200. Mark Arthur still out there on the point, starting to leg at 0.2 of a second. Back to the number 7 Marietta College entry and Kevin Paskowicz. Jason Powell holding down third. Nick Okie at fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is that 53 machine of Samuel Baumgarten. But, you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's as well. We see one get up into the wall. That had to be
Doug Thompson in the Friday the 13th, number 13.
Yeah, Doug Thompson taking a small little ride. Looks like he bounced that wall coming off of turn 4. Lost a lot of track position. Kevin O'Brien just kind of saying, you know what, I'm going to hang back and see what happens here. As he's last car shotgun on the field, rolling 13th.
Excuse me, Byron, I will be right back.
All righty. Tony taking a small pause for the cause, doing a little bit of research, taking a look at our leader, Mark Arthur. Folks, you want to know what it takes to get around Las Vegas Motor Speedway? Let's jump in the car with the, let's take a look at Jason Powell, who's gotten around the number 7 of Kevin Paskowicz. He's trying to track down Mark Arthur here, half a second deficit. But let's jump into the car with Kevin Paskowicz. Load the GoPro cam on the top of his, inside his car. And we'll see what it takes to get a lap around Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Riding along with Kevin Paskowicz. Started third, currently holding down the third position. Alright folks, we're going to see what it takes to turn a lap around here as Kevin Paskowicz brings it down the Nellis back straight. Hustles it off to turn 4. Now let's see what we're looking at. Brings it off 180 miles an hour, corner entry into turn 4. Holds it high as you can see the number 9 machine and Nick Okia get underneath him there. As we take a lap around here, we're going to cross the start-finish line right now. Tim Baumgarten, he gets underneath Paskowicz as he hustles it down into turn 1. He's holding that mid-line. Just gets off of that gas, brings her down to 165 as he just works it out to the wall, lets it drift. Back into the throttle hard. 180 miles an hour down that back stretch, off of the throttle. Brings her into turn 3. It looks like Kevin Paskowicz, he's fading back real quick. Back to the 6th position. Ladies and gentlemen, you just ran 30 seconds hauling the mail around Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
And I dare say Paskowicz may have blown the goodie off those tires already. He wasn't happy with the set he had during the hot lap session. And, I didn't see him tag the wall, but... that's definitely a handling problem on the Marietta College number 7.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you got the goodie on the tires, as they say, you got 4 fresh Dr. Feelgoods on this thing, it's going to handle like a dream. But when you get some laps on that thing and it starts to wear off, you're losing traction. You're losing grip. The car's, skating. It's up on top of the track. You feel not in it.
Yeah, that's never a good thing. Meanwhile, your leader, Mark Arthur, still just legging it out. Jason Powell trying to do his best to hang with him. Paskowicz under pressure right now from Dalton Kilrow in jeopardy. A lot jumping out of the top 7 as Kilrow throws it to the inside going through the 1-2 complex.
Yeah, Dalton Kilrow, he's picking him up, putting it down just a little bit. He gets around the 7 machine of Paskowicz. Moved Kilrow up to the 7th position, and he's looking at the back bumper of Benton Glazer, who is about a second up the track ahead of him, looking to see if he can go ahead and track him down. As we see, guys are starting to see what they've got in their cars on this first run. 16 laps into the stint. I didn't get a chance to talk to the drivers pre-race to see how many laps we can get out of a tank of Go Fast in this thing, but I do know that we're going to run 45 laps before we see the end of stage 1.
Yeah, I dare say you're going to see a set of pit stops happen prior to the competition caution coming out on lap 45. If not for an accident, definitely because the tire wear here is just going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, folks, I want to apologize for technical difficulties just a little bit earlier. It seems that Windows decided it wanted to do a lot of updates. I've been on the road for a while. iRacing wanted to do a lot of updates, and when it did all that, it threw all of my settings out for our streaming equipment right out the window, and I had to fix it all on the fly. So sorry about the bad opening and the low levels, but I do believe we sound a lot better tonight, right here, right now.
The answer is a definite maybe.
Oh, I got you. You sound great. Taking a look back at the front of the field, Mark Arthur, he's doing what Mark Arthur does, and that's starting to walk the dog on the rest of the field, out there by a full second. Jason Powell rolling at second position, a second back behind him in the 18 machine. Derek Paulson and Nick Okia got a little bit of a battle going on here for that third position. As Derek Paulson has it, Nick Okia wants it, and we're going to have an argument over who's going to have it here very shortly.
Well, as we've learned all season long with the Top Flight Computers Dr. Squatchface, there aren't really team orders in that team. It's just if you are going to do something stupid, make sure it's a Sports Center highlight. So, no quarter asked for, no quarter given with either of these guys.
No, none whatsoever. As Derek's starting to leg it out a little bit more. He's starting to stretch it over Nick Okia a bit. Kevin O'Brien making the trying to get around Doug Thompson there. Close battle as the boss, Tex Perry, what comes up onto the back of those guys. Looked like Tex is just pacing himself in this one today.
Let me confirm or deny that. It looks like there might be a tick of damage on the right rear of the boss's car. No, I guess not. Just you got a little change of flavor of the fire suit moment going on there for a second, and had to chase it either up on the hill, and did lose some ground to O'Brien and Thompson.
Yeah, taking a look, you gotta look at these guys. They run open setups on these cars, and you're seeing the handling start to go away. Guys that got it right, their cars are coming to life right now. Guys that got it wrong, they're fading back through the field, waiting on that first pit stop so they can make those wholesale adjustments. We saw Kevin Paskowicz make a bold move up into that second position. Take a look at him now. He's rolling, just holding on to the top 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, not the showing he was hoping for to open up the round of 12. And it's going to put him on the back foot for the next two races in the round of moving into to try to move into the round of 8. So, he came in tonight in, I believe, 12th position. So, he's got some ground to make.
Yeah, taking a look at the point standings as they are right now, Mark Arthur, he leads your points. The guy in number 12, he's rocking the Powerpuff Girls paint scheme. He's got your top spot. Samuel Baumgarten in the 53 entries got the second position. As I take a look down through here, Kevin Paskowicz is holding your 11th points position, 58 points behind the leader, 2 points behind Brian McRae in front of him. And Kevin, all he's got to do is hold a good throwing, because Brian McRae did not make it tonight.
Well, the good news for Paskowicz is Brian McRae's not here, and neither is Hoot Baker.
Yeah, that's who we're missing. Hoot. As I see, Paskowicz has decided to bring her pit side, along with the boss, Tex Perry. Green flag stops. Looks like they're starting to happen.
And I dare say you're going to see wholesale adjustments being made on those cars. Wow, that was a scary moment for Mark Arthur. He was about 8 different kinds of sideways coming through the middle of 1 and 2 on that last series of corners.
I got Dalton Kilroy in the pits. I've got Tim Bills coming in the pits. I got Doug Thompson in there. Wondering how long our leader, Mark Arthur, is going to hold it out there on the track, because, the deficit, he was his best lap, he was running 31 O's. Right now he's running 32 6s. So he's a second and a half off the pace with 26 laps on those Dr. Feelgoods on the four corners of the car.
Yeah, he is, and the thing is, he's also got Jason Paulson, and Nick Okie all still out on track with him, and yep. I think he's hoping for a Russian.
He might be. Patrick Calgill brings her pit side. Jason Powell brings her pit side. Derek Paulson brings her in. Sam Baumgarten in the pits. Ladies and gentlemen, we got wholesale pit stops happening here. Guys are bringing them in. Let's see how long it takes Jason Powell. Actually, let's focus on Sam Baumgarten. How long is a pit stop for 4 tires and a tank of Go Fast? Take a look and see what see how long it takes him on that timer. Samuel Baumgarten misses his pit by a mile. That's going to cost him some time.
Well, the thing is, Baumgarten qualified 10th. Normally, you see him much further up the field. I don't think he's used to being that far back on pit road.
Yeah, Sam Baumgarten, 14 and a half second pit stop. But his pit entry to the time he's leaving is a good 5. I'm looking, he's 7.5 seconds longer than than the rest of the drivers that have been in there. And Mark Arthur has got it pit side right now.
He does, as Bentley Glazer finally takes it pit side after getting a bonus point for leading the lap. Now, Bentley, of course, did start the season late, did not make it into the top 16, but he's been on a tear. We've seen him have some pretty decent runs, and in both leagues that we broadcast that he's in, and Bentley's definitely putting these guys on notice that next season. He's going to be one of the guys to contend with for the championship.
Yeah, Bentley Glazer saying, hey, boys, I'm here. Pay attention because this is going to be good. Now, taking a look. Now all the pit stops, green flag pit stops have been done. They came in on lap 25 to 27 of 45 for the first stage. So they should be good to go on fuel and tires to the end of stage 1 as Mark Arthur and Jason Powell have swapped positions. Jason Powell out there on Mark Arthur, 1.1 seconds to the good on the lead.
Yeah, that's impressive for the rookie. Of course, he is working with Mark Arthur and Sam Baumgarten with the Outcast Autosports team. So, he's got that depth of knowledge from those guys that if he does need to make an in-car or race adjustment during a pit stop, he can say, hey, the car's doing this, what do I change? And, Mark Arthur has been doing this long enough that with Powell being a teammate, hey, you need to do this, and this, and that should help you here, and here.
Yeah, Mark Arthur has been great with helping me on open setups, because his first question is, I tell him, oh, man, I'm all sorts of loose, man. This rear end just keeps wanting to snap, say goodbye. And he's like, okay. He makes me slow down and describe it to him. What's it doing as you're entering the corner? Well, it's doing this, and this.
Guy that does that for you, too.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, you fix my corner entry, and you tell me don't worry about what it's doing in the middle. Don't worry what it's doing on the way out. What's it doing going in? And you fix my going in. Okay, go out there and run some laps. Does it feel better going in? Yeah, but it's doing this coming out now. Then you work on it. So I notice how you guys are doing it, and I'm grateful for it, and you all made me faster. So, hey.
Here's the thing. When I first started working on race cars, I had a driver that was awesome at describing exactly what that car is doing. And Bob Gutermount, if you're listening, thank you so much for helping me become as good of a race mechanic as I became. He would describe, okay, when I put entry into the wheel, I have to wait on it for 2 heartbeats.
You know what?
And say again?
No, go ahead. I was going to ask a question about it. Go ahead and finish that thought.
I have to wait on it for 2 heartbeats. Once it starts to go, I can then put more wheel into it. It's neutral. And then coming off the corner, when I go to the gas, put the fuel into it, it wants to step out. But if I burp the throttle and then roll back into it, it's okay. So here's what I'm thinking we need to do. We try it. He goes back out. Great on corner entry. Still need to work on corner exit. Can we take some cross weight out of it? Fine. Take some cross weight out of it. Okay, now it's doing this on corner exit. Let's move the track bar. Now let's, take 50 pounds out of the right rear spring. And, that's how he would work through a setup with me. And the guy had been doing it longer than I'd been alive. So, I thank him every day that I get a chance to help someone learn how to set a pace that they really need to assign him the right number for that car.
Oh, we got to move him down from the 11. We got to take one digit away. We got to make that a 10.
That's what I said, and that was last week's trivia question. And the question, for those of you who missed it, it was what driver took that livery in a car that's, well, that livery anyways, to a Daytona 500 victory. And Texberry answered the question correctly with Derek Cope. That was the year that one of the years Earnhardt ran out of gas on the last lap going into turn 3, and Cope just blasted by him and went on to victory. So
Cope couldn't believe he got that one.
Cope still can't believe he got that one. But that was before the whole chase format started and all that other happy that they're doing now. That those of us that are purebred race fans.
We got Tim Bills and Patrick Calgill trading paint there. Tim Bills went up there and gave him the door. Patrick Calgill did the crossover on him. These guys are fighting for that 8th position.
Well, every point counts right now, and Tim Bills is in the round of 12. Calgill is not, and Bills can see that Marietta College number 7 in his rearview mirror. So he wants to try to get a couple of points on Pasquich here, as Pasquich right now holds down the final point as popsicle sticks are in the air for this stage end.
Yeah, Mark Arthur on a commanding lead. He's 1.5 seconds out to the good over Derek Paulson. Jason Powell was leading that until we saw him get all kinds of loose after Mark Arthur got around him, allowing Derek Paulson to get up there in a second. But don't look now. Jason Powell's saying, I want that one more point here at the stage end. Looks like he's going to try and make a run on him as we're coming to the line for the closeout of stage 1.
Yes, we are, and Powell's going to have one more shot at Paulson and trying to do everything he can to help his teammates bid here. Throws it to the inside. Paulson throws the block, and caution should be getting ready to come out here. There it is.
Caution flies right now.
Mark Arthur coming home with the stage win. 10 points to Mark Arthur. Derek Paulson coming home in second for 9 points. Jason Powell for 8 points. Bentley Glazer with 7. Dalton Kilrow, an all-important 6 points. Nick Okier with 5 points. Sam Baumgarten with 4. Sam Baumgarten with 3. Patrick Calgill with...
No, Sam got himself 4. Patrick got 3.
With 3. Tim Bills with 2. And Kevin Pasquich getting that last all-important bonus point for finishing 10th in that stage. So stage 1 in the books, 45 laps done. As soon as these guys are able to take down pit road, I say we go and talk to a couple of these guys and find out what was going on.
Yeah, as soon as they get their pit stops done, let them get a chance to talk to their crew chiefs. Let them get a chance to make those adjustments they want to make, because if you haven't noticed, folks, the shadows are getting longer out there on the track. We've got a couple of corners that are in full shade, and that is going to definitely upset the handling on these cars.
Very much so, as the track temperature right now has already gone up 3 degrees since they started this thing. Now, the temperature gauge is actually in turn 4. So something to be mindful of. As wholesale pit stops, everybody's still on the lead lap. So I don't think you're going to have anybody not yet. Everybody is coming down pit road to get for Mr. Feelgoods and the tank at Go Fast. And see if anybody steps on their own junk here. And Sam Baumgarten into his pit stall that time. Oh, Nick Okier overshot.
That is a rough one for Nick, as I'm looking at cars getting their pit service done. And First in, first out. Looks like it's going to be Mark Arthur is going to lead Derek Paulson off the pits. Then the Glazer getting a good pit stop in that number 11 Purelator paint scheme. He's going to roll off third. Dalton Kilrow is going to come out fourth, followed by the 13 or the 18 of Jason Powell.
So, Byron, I'm going to leave it up to you. Who do we want to talk to under this caution?
You know what? I've always thought, let's grab the stage winner here. Let's see if we can get him. Mr. Mark Arthur, he's got the... he's not rocking Hello Kitty, My Little Pony tonight. He's got Powerpuff Girls on that number 12. But talk to me about that run. Stage 1 win, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's good to have you back, man. Yeah, I was a little loose in 2. I'm catching it in 2. I'm afraid to mess with it because it's so good in 3 and 4. Actually, not my setup tonight. I have to give thanks to Jason Powell. I was struggling a little bit. He's just like, you want to try mine? I'm like, sure. Well, it felt a lot better than mine. So I changed a couple things and went with it. It seems to be pretty fast long run.
Yeah, well, you know, you started on the pole. You're still rolling that first place. We've seen the car. Looks like it takes off like a rocket after about 10 laps on those tires. How's the handling changing now that the shadows are starting to get long on part of the track?
Well, I'm hoping that the shadows of 1 and 2 is going to help me with that loose situation. But yeah, who knows, man? I mean, right here where I get loose is right in 2 where the sun is still out there. But I hope it gets some clouds over the whole 1 and 2. It would help me out tremendously.
Well, you know what? Looks like the lights are off on the Mustang pace car. We're going to let you get back to it, man. Good luck for the rest of the race.
Thanks, Byron.
That's everyone is your leader right now and winner of stage 1, Mark Arthur in the number 12, rocking the Powerpuff. He's got Dr. Squatch on the side a little bit.
Well, that's a paint scheme that they ran for throwback night, as that was I believe it was Joe Nemechek paint scheme from the late 90s. So there was when Cartoon Network had all their stuff going on. So he did have that one made up special. That was just before they had the split, as the car is in, and we're back underway as...
Look at the start that Mark Arthur got, man. He hit the loud pedal on that one and said, see you boys, I'm out of here. Catch me if you can.
Wasting absolutely no time, as everybody with four fresh tires. I'm thinking some of these guys have made some in-race adjustments to try to get that car handling a little bit more to their liking, especially if we get another long run like we just had. You know, these guys aren't strangers to being able to do that, as that's Dalton Kilrow working the outside of Bentley Glazer right now.
Yeah, and I look for these guys to be really aggressive on these restarts, because we went the whole first stage caution free. And you know what? Fresh tires, you're going to have, and they've seen what the cars can do on the fresh tires versus a long tire run. I think that they're thinking, man, we're going to get all we can get at the beginning of a run. So look for some more aggressive moves as
Nick Okier hits the wall.
Nick Okier up in the wall. Getting aggressive. Nick Okier is behind the 7 of Kevin Paskowitz, who's rolling in that 9th position. Nick holding down your top 10, rounding out your top 10. He's got Doug Thompson all over his rear bumper. Got to wonder if he did any damage on that thing, if the handling might have knocked the toe out of it.
Well, I stand corrected. He didn't hit the wall. He just got 8 different kinds of sideways coming off of turn 2, and that's what Mark Arthur was saying, is the car wants to get loose as soon as it goes back into that sunlight. And he's now falling back into the clutches of Doug Thompson right now.
Yeah, fresh underwear to the number 9 pit, please. Fresh underwear to the number 9 pit.
Yeah, pretty much. As Tim Bills and Kevin O'Brien way back in things right now. I think they both jumped on the binders when they saw Okier sideways. And Bill's definitely not happy with the way that car is running right now.
Yeah, well, if we saw, if anything, you know, that we've seen here in Las Vegas is that track position is king, especially once you get out there in the 10-lap range on your tires. We're halfway to that 10-lap range on this run right now. Taking back a look at the front, Mark Arthur's already starting to step out. Well, no, he ain't quite stepping out. Throw a blanket over the top 6, my friend.
Yeah, Mark Arthur's not stepping anywhere yet, as he has a pack of angry wolves behind him as they finally get it sorted out into single file. But there is a huge gap starting to form between the 6 of Bentley Glazer and the 11 of Bentley Glazer and the 31 of Patrick Cowgill, who holds down the number 7 slot.
And here goes Powell looking for to get underneath Dalton Kilrow, man. These guys throwing hammer and tong door to door coming out of turn 1.
A lot of respect being shown as these guys, they're running hard, but they're running clean, and that's the one thing I love about this league is, they'll fight tooth and nail for position, but they'll do it and try not to kill everybody around them while they're doing it. It looks like Powell under pressure right now from his teammate Sam Baumgarten in 53.
Yeah, they're throwing haymakers back here behind the leaders. Top 6, just nose to tail. Guys, while their tires are still fresh, you can see them trying to make moves and get all they can. They know that track position is king, and you have got to hit your marks when it comes to those pit stops. We saw how far that Sam Baumgarten dropped down after that botched stop where he went and slid through his pit. But Sam Baumgarten making a move on Dalton Kilrow now. He's trying to get that 3rd position away from him.
Throws it to the inside, full send it mode going into turn number 1. Baumgarten on the inside, Kilrow on the high side, and plenty of room between those two. A lot of respect being shown. Former teammates, now still, fierce competitors on the track, but they're still friends off the track. As Kilrow not giving an inch, still hanging tough on that high side, carrying a lot of momentum on that 2nd lane as Baumgarten with a nose out front as they come across the stripe to start lap 8.
Yep, man, don't look now. Jason Powell is sitting right behind those two, just trying to figure out which way have I got to go to get around these guys. Because they're hogging up 2 lanes, and we haven't really seen a 3 wide quite work at Las Vegas. I don't think you can do 3 wide here in Vegas.
You can in an IndyCar. That's all I'm going to say on that note, and don't ask me how I found that out.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm not going to ask, but we were talking about 3 wide. Take a look at this group right now. We might see it happen here, folks.
Darrell looked like he wanted to go to the inside of Baumgarten and realized that Powell was there.
Yeah, Bentley Glazer's now welcome to the dance, saying, hey, man, which way am I going to go?
And I think Powell may have, have changed the flavor of his fire suit, something to a chocolate lemon. As he saw Kilrow coming at him going into turn 1.
Underwear to the 18 pit, please. Fresh pair of underwear to the 18 pit.
Meanwhile, up front, Arthur and Paulson starting to walk away from Sam Baumgarten. Baumgarten trying to hang tough, starting to reel these guys in slowly but surely. But it's a big uphill right now for Baumgarten with the amount of distance he's got to make up, about 7 car lengths.
Yeah,
good.
And Baumgarten, he's looking at where he's got to get to, but, being in the position that he's in, he's also got to be looking at his rearview mirror going, what do I got to do to defend? He's doing the best he can to take the air off the car behind him while he's looking for clean air from the cars in front of him.
Absolutely, and, these cars, not quite as aero-dependent as the modern Cup car, but you still heard drivers complaining during this era of car that, they got into dirty air. Now, the biggest difference between this and a modern Cup car is this doesn't have the splitter. This has just a piece of plastic that just hangs straight down off the front bumper and kind of rides on the track. Kind of like the side skirts that they used to run in Formula One back in the early 80s. That's what they've got on the front of these cars. And they do move a little bit. They don't move quite like those side skirts did, but you wanted it right down on that piece of plastic. And, I remember going to races where after each practice session, we were replacing that piece of plastic because it just wore it right off because we were right down on the bump stops.
Yeah, Bentley Glazer making a move around Dalton Kilrow. Dalton might have used up the goodie off his tires when he was fighting for that 3rd spot. He's fallen back to the 6th position as Bentley Glazer moves up to the top 5 and looking to track down Jason Powell in that 4th position.
As Okier working to the inside of Cowgill right now, that's your battle for 6th. Okier with a nose out front. Now, we saw him get real wild earlier. Looks like cold tires to blame for him getting sideways coming off of 2, as those tires are starting to come in, and he's starting to make a little bit of headway as he's actually gaining ground on his teammate, Dalton Kilrow, in the Dr. Squatch number 41.
Well, you see the shadows all the way across turns 1 and 2, and then they hit the sunlight as they go down the Nellis backstretch. Still in the sunlight through 3 and 4. Now, it's a D-shaped oval here in Las Vegas. You're still turning slightly left as you're coming off of turn 4, headed down the straightaway to turn 1. You're still on that left-hand curve, and that being in the sun is helping them. Having those tighter corners, the exit of turn 2 being in the shade, that's helping them too. Look for these guys to make some more adjustments to loosen their cars up a little more as those shadows get longer and the track gets cooler.
As Kilrow throws it to the inside on Glazer. Glazer says, yeah, just go ahead,
Yeah, okay, he's right there with him. He's down on that low side as Glazer looked like he might have left the door open for Nick to get under there as well.
Well, Nick was right down on the apron coming across the stripe. Gained about a 10th on those guys that last lap. So that, this battle for 5th is really starting to heat up as you've got Kilrow has it, Glazer is there, and Okier wants it.
Okier dialing up the low line as Glazer gives him that low side. Glazer knows his car's not handling as well as these guys right at the moment. Glazer, we saw him make a run up to the top 5. It's faded back to the 7th position now.
Absolutely.
And quietly, take a look at Patrick Calgill. Quietly, Patrick Calgill has, he started 5th. Fell way back. We saw him way in the back, and now he's currently rolling 8th, but he's working his way quietly back up to the front.
Starting to make some headway. But the one I'm really keeping an eye on, far behind him, the Them Boys Toyota Camry of the boss, Tex Perry.
Now, how many times we talk about the boss, Tex Perry, running a Toyota paint scheme on a K&N, Arca, Menards, Chevrolet chassis?
Well, how many times do we talk about him running a Dodge in previous seasons?
Yeah, that's true. You got a point there. Hashtag, folks, not wrong.
Baskowitz under pressure right now from Doug Thompson, and I got to think we're getting close to seeing these guys start to bring it pit side, as most of these guys have got to have worn the goodie off their tires already.
Well, we saw him bring it down pit side at lap 20, started around 22 to 24. We're working lap 21 on this stint for these guys on this tire and this tank of fuel. So green flag stops are going to be in order here as we're working lap 69 to 200. Remember, we're going to have another caution at lap 90 for the end of stage 2. Award out those ever valuable stage points, that go towards the playoffs. As taking a look right now, Doug Thompson, first one to flinch, brings him pit side.
And meanwhile, Nick Okier has taken over the number 5 slot from his teammate Dalton Kilrow. Kilrow not happy with how the number 41 Dr. Squatch ride is handling right now. And Okier starting to stretch his legs already half a second to the good, about 5 car lengths over his teammate right now.
Well, if you take a look, these guys out here, we talk about wholesale adjustments in the pits. And, you set your car up. You set, what's the spring rate I want on the front springs? And what do I want on the rear springs? What kind of stagger do I want left to right on that spring rate? What do we want to do tire pressure wise? Where are we going to put the track bar? Those are all setup adjustments that you make when you build the setup before you get it out on the track and practice. Let's talk about what is available in the pits. What can you do to fix your car with, once you've gotten out there and say, okay, this is what it's doing. What is available to you in the pits, Tony?
As Dalton Kilrow starting to bring it side, what you would normally see in a real world pit stop is one of the guys would run around to the back glass, and if we can get one of the high-speed drones to follow that car, you'll see 3 colored dots on the rear window. 2 of those are spring perch adjustments. The other one is the track bar adjustment, and you'll see somebody stick basically a half-inch ratchet in that back window with a long extension and just start cranking turns into one or two of those holes, so that you're changing the rear spring perch offset to try to put more preload or take preload out of the rear springs to adjust the corner weights of the car, and adjust what they call the cross weight. And the lower the cross weight number, the better the car will turn center up. The higher the cross weight number, the more stable the car will be and not want to turn. So at a place like Talladega or Daytona, you're going to run a cross weight somewhere in the neighborhood of 54 to 56%, whereas at a place like Martinsville, I anyways would normally run something along the lines of 50-ish percent or less. On a road course, you're definitely running 50% or as close to 50% as you can get it.
Yeah, because you're going to make that thing go the other way too.
Right. Now, the other thing too is that other dot that's back there is for the track bar adjustment, and the higher the track bar sits, the more the rear axle will be able to rotate and really plant that right rear tire of the car from the center off. So crossweight adjusts how you enter the corner. The track bar is center off. That's basically what you're looking at.
Well, those are the adjustments these guys are making, because you know what? As this track temperature changes, as the shadows lengthen across part of the track versus sun on the other, they need to change the handling characteristics. As we see the leader right now, the number 12, Hello Kitty My Little Pony, as I call it, but he's rocking the Powerpuff Girls paint scheme tonight. Mark Arthur, the number 12, bringing her pit side for his stop. Last car out there on the track was Nick Okia, but he's bringing it in too. So now everyone is going to have their pit stops completed, headed off to the end of stage 2. We got to see where these guys cycle out versus the leaders.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. Now, just talking about what's on Mark Arthur's car, sugar, spice, everything nice, and then Chemical X. I think I figured out what Chemical X is. It's 110 octane Sunoco racing fuel.
There you go.
As Arthur down and away, and as is Jason Powell, and it looks like Dalton Kilroe just flashed by. He may have gotten the undercut.
Yeah, Dalton Kilroe takes the undercut, but not by very much. He's only got it, by the time Mark Arthur gets himself up to speed. My timing and scoring show 1.2 right now, but 1.3 now. But Mark Arthur, we've seen he can take 1.3 of your lead away from you in the last 23 laps we've got before the end of the stage? Or no, 13 laps.
Yeah, I was going to say there is more like 13. But, definitely.
I suck at math, folks.
And while I'm thinking of it, do have to give a big shout out to Mark Arthur's biggest fan. That would be Miss Constance. Thank you for joining us again tonight. Hello, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, speaking of welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to welcome yourself to the show, you like what you see here on ESPN, on Facebook, give us a like. On YouTube, give us a like, give us a follow. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Tony, you want to tell them about this little thing we got called Teespring?
You can get your very own NASCOM online as presented by ESPN short sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, throw pillows, face masks, coffee mugs. If there's something you want to see in that Teespring store that we didn't mention and you don't see it there, just shoot us a comment here in the comment section, and let us know what you want to see, and we'll try to make it happen for you. Find the link to our Teespring store in the description of this video. And there is a pull code still going on, ESBN20, all caps ESBN 20. and then put that in there. And if you live in the continental United States, the lower 48, if you will, you will get free shipping on any order from our Teespring store.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, ESPN merchandise is available out there, and if you support NASCOM, feel free to jump on there, grab a NASCOM shirt, grab a NASCOM coffee mug, and don't forget to get the decal, for the green flag of the race. You've heard the trademark moniker from Tony as he brings us the green flag in the initial starts. Ladies and gentlemen, Grandpa's going to be happy if you put that one up.
Yeah, little blue diamonds.
Yeah.
Don't look now, but Mark Arthur has taken away any lead that Dalton Kilroe has. He is all over the back bumper of the Dr. Squatch number 41 right
Yeah, but look who's even closer on the back bumper of Mark Arthur, and that'd be Derek Paulson, the rookie.
The rookie who is also in the top 12. Oh, wow.
If there was a mosquito on the side door of right door of Mark Arthur's car, he is missing about half of the clothes off his back right about now. Mark Arthur makes the move, gets it under Dalton Kilroe, who keeps it high and wide, and that leaving the door open for Derek Paulson. Moved Derek Paulson up to that second spot, but I don't know if Derek looks like he's satisfied with second. He just might have a little something from the number 12.
Well, we're about to find out as we are 7 laps to go in this stage. Arthur shows the way. Paulson sitting right there with him within striking distance. If Arthur bobbles just the least little bit, Paulson is going to be on him like stink on poo.
Take a look at the battle going on for fourth place right now. Samuel Baumgarten making the move underneath Bentley Glazier. Sam is making it look textbook easy as he sends it and just slide jobs it right up across the front of the nose.
He does, but Glazer's still right there with him. The question is, who burned their stuff off too soon? As Baumgarten gained a little bit of distance through the 1-2 complex, and Glazer going to have the draft as they go into turn number 3.
Yeah, looking at the number 41 machine running in third place, Dalton Kilroe, he's got a short run car tonight. Normally we see him in every race with a long run car where that thing comes to life the longer he goes, but he's built a short run car tonight. And do you think, Tony, it could be the fact that he's maybe not keeping up with the adjustments as well as the other guys are? Because we've seen that car just fly when he comes out of the pits, but give him about, say 10 laps and it just fades away on him.
Fades away nothing. It falls off a cliff. But I think part of that might have to do with he doesn't have the help from Baumgarten, he doesn't have the help from Arthur, and he doesn't have the help from Powell anymore to try to build these setups and get something under the car that is going to really work for him in the long run. That was something that we kind of took for granted, is that he was able to I dare say lean on his teammates to kind of help him with those adjustments, and I think he's kind of out to lunch right now, floundering as the lights come on here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, lights are on here, but let's talk about those adjustments and stuff. And let's talk about building a setup, because, we do here at ESPN, we have our endurance racing team where we race the special endurance races like the 24 hours of Spa, the 24 hours of Daytona. We're moving to a new car from the Corvette DP. We're going to the LMP2 car for 24 Daytona. We need to build a setup. Now, when you build
buy it for me.
Yeah. When you build a setup, here's the thing. You need to run a whole bunch of laps. A lot of guys I've seen build a setup and they go out and run 10 laps. So, man, this thing's flying. I love it. I love it. I love it. But what's it doing at 20 laps? What's it doing at 30 laps? They're not keeping their testing out there that long. And I'm wondering if that doesn't bite some of the guys out on the track. We see them with a short run car, but 10 laps later, they just fall flat on their nose.
Well, here's the thing, and this is something that I've been preaching ever since we started the endurance team for ESPN, which if you would like to join the ESPN endurance team and join Sam Cooper Bennett, Byron Rodney, myself, Nate Seifker, Chris Walker, the grumpy one, James Bunce, Paul Crumry, and Ronnie Osmer. If you would like to join us for an endurance race, just go ahead and drop a comment below with your iRacing screen name, and we'll try to get an invite set out to you. But the biggest thing that I've been preaching, at least since we started that, is whenever we put a setup in the car, run it through a complete fuel run and cautions out.
Into stage 2, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to hand out points and sweep in both stages so far tonight. The number 12 of Mark Arthur. Derek Paulson gets the 9-point award for the end of the stage. Sam Baumgartner, look at that, coming over the stage 3rd. He's going to get the 8 points. Dalton Kilrow, Jason Powell, Nick Okia, Bentley Glazer, Patrick Calgill, Tex the Boss Perry moving up into the stage points and grabbing 1 point one more time. Kevin Paskowich in that 10th spot.
Chipping away at it. He's got some points to make up. He's doing it a point at a time right now. Getting back to what we were talking about with building a setup, run it through a fuel cycle. Run it through 2 fuel cycles. See if you can double stint the tires. That's something that you and I have both been preaching, since we started building these setups on our own. What's it do on lap 50 or minute number 45 of a fuel run? What's it doing at that point? What's it doing at the end of the life cycle of the fuel cell? Is there any possible way you can double stint tires? Because especially in the endurance side, it takes so long to change the tires and fuel those damn things.
Take your tire change during a driver swap.
Take your tire change during the driver swap if you can. At Spa we got lucky. We were able to change tires and not have to worry about it. But that's how we finished 3rd at Daytona the year that it was you, Sam, Cooper Bennett.
You were there. Kevin Paskowich was there.
And the world's fastest Swede,
Marcus Hagman.
The year that that group of guys took that car to a podium finish at Daytona, when we debuted Ruby, that's when it was.
Yeah. Speaking of debuting things, I don't mean to interrupt you, but pit stops are over. I want to catch this guy before the end of the caution. The driver of the number 41 machine, Dalton Kilrow. Dalton, Byron, and Tony in the booth, man, you got a copy.
10-4.
Dude, you have got a machine that is on rails for the first 10 laps of a green flag run, man, but it looks like the parachute comes out when you get to lap 15. How's that track? Is it just missed on the setup, or the adjustments missing out? How's it treating you?
Honestly, I don't really think it's on rails on the first 10 laps. I think you'll see right here, I'm just probably going to get swamped by all these guys. If anything, I've got a long run set up. It's just
lights out.
All those guys were blowing by me there because I short pit them by like 5 laps just to try to gain a couple extra points at the end of the stage there. But it's just been me trying to get a balance on the car. I had some issues and I missed a couple practice sessions and didn't really have too many opportunities to get it dialed in. So I'm a little bit of a miss on the setup. I just took a big swing at it, and we'll see what it does here.
Alrighty, my friend. Looks like you guys are heading down the Nels backstretch. We're going to let you go back to your team there, and good luck for the rest of the race, my friend.
10-4. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the pilot on the number 41 machine, Dalton Kilrow. Says he's got a long run machine. I'm looking at it kind of as a short run machine, but hey, we got the rest of this race to figure it out. What is we got, Tony? 105 laps left to go in this thing?
It'll be 106 when they take the green.
106 when we take the green. Mark Arthur's got command of the field. Pace car makes that hard left turn into pit lane. Mark Arthur hits the loud pedal, says, I'm out of here. But wow, Samuel Baumgarten gets another great start right behind him. Derek Paulson kind of caught sleeping there at the green flag.
Yeah, that's, something to be mindful of is, Arthur got a great jump there.
So did Nick Oki on the bottom line, man. I think that top line, Nick Oki got going. Derek Paulson started on, looked like he just dropped. Green? Okay, let me go.
Pretty much, yeah. But, we heard him say it there that, he missed a couple of practice sessions and wasn't able to really put in the time that he wanted to know what this car is going to do. And we're seeing him struggle because of it, and I think he just tagged the wall.
Yeah, dropping back to the 5th position. Cold tires. We've seen an issue with cold tires on turn 3 and 4 on this track.
Yeah.
As the sun's starting to set out here in Vegas.
On Kilroe's car right now.
What was that?
If we can get a high-speed drone shooting back from the nose of Rowe's car, there's a ton of suspension damage.
Looking back at the high-speed flying drone at the Dr. Squatch machine at Dalton Kilroe. Not quite picking it up. Now, folks, remember, iRacing gave us a new damage model here. We haven't seen it in action. It's been a clean race. We've had 2 cautions, and they've both been for stage end. Dalton Kilroe rolling right up on the rear tail of Nick Okia. Jason Powell right with him. Woo! 3-car dance for that 4th position. Now here comes Bentley Glazer. You want to make it 4-car dance for it.
I'm looking at the upcoming schedule, and, the guys that are going to be on the back foot, this round of the playoffs, it's Murderer's Row. You've got Vegas, 200 laps here.
And then we go to the big giant question mark.
Talladega, which is a crapshoot. And then we're cutting heads at the Charlotte Roval.
Get your road course on, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, let that sink in for a second. We're cutting heads on a road course. And then the round of 8 is Kansas, Texas, Martinsville. What could possibly go wrong there? So, yeah.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Excuse me, Officer Murphy, requested at Martinsville?
Yeah.
You're working security that night. As the teammates, Mark Arthur, Sam Baumgarten, starting to stretch their legs a little bit. Derek Paulson not quite able to keep up with the Outcast Autosport guys right now, as he's hanging with them, but he's not gaining on. Oh, there it goes.
Uh-oh.
Jason Powell was aimed at turn 1 on the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, but what a save. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the ESPN
Save of the night.
Save of the night. Oh, my God.
That was...
How he kept that car on the track without bumping into anything is a testament to the skill that this kid's got behind the wheel.
Well, we've spoken the last couple of weeks about who Jason has on that car for primary sponsorship. Victory and Jesus Motorsports, with some 41 through 4. Jesus take the wheel moment there coming off a 2 for Powell.
Yeah. And I think we said it before, but can I have a second pair of underwear sent to the 18 pit, please? Second pair of underwear to the 18 pit.
Underwear, nothing. He needs a whole new fire suit, baby wipes, and a new racing seat.
Well, no, the racing seat's going to have to be surgically removed from behind, from between the cheeks of, you know where, because he is held onto that tight with his butt. Back to the front of the field, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Baumgarten still trying to track down Mark Arthur. Still being tried to track down by Derek Paulson. Nick Oki another half second back. Dalton Killer another half second back off of that. As they've single filed out, we hit 12 laps in a run. Pretty much the goodie you had left is gone.
And this is where you find out who's been keeping up on their adjustments and who hasn't been keeping up as well. Throw a blanket over your top 3. And then Nick Okier, he was out to lunch earlier in the race, holding on a strong number 4 slot right now.
Yeah, looking at Mark Arthur, track position is everything, and this is what half a second looks like, ladies and gentlemen, from the high-flying Goodyear blimp. It don't look that much, does it? But that's a full half second, and that is an eternity when you're behind the wheel of a race car, ladies and gentlemen.
It's about 3 bus lengths right now between Arthur and Baumgarten.
1, 2, 3 and a half. I'd say you're about right. But it's a lot less. It's only like about a car length and a half between Baumgarten and your third place machine, Derek Paulson.
Yeah, Paulson, we've seen at the end of a run, Paulson's car starts to wake up. So, that's a plus for that car. Sam Baumgarten, not so much. Paulson throws it to the inside going into turn number 1 as Baumgarten just sets sail and keeps the momentum wound up on that second lane, drag race down the back straightaway.
Yep, they're pretty much single filed all out. Closest battle I got on the track. Take a look right now. Patrick Calgill working it with the number 7 machine and Kevin Paskowicz. Moved Calgill up to the 8th spot. Moved Paskowicz back to the 9th. Paskowicz still trying to find a handle on that machine.
Yeah, Paskowicz definitely not happy. The guy that has offered to become his crew chief to help him get dialed in has been sitting there twiddling his thumbs all week. So, yeah.
I wonder who that could be. Tony?
I don't know. Overweight guy in a wheelchair, as far as I know.
Yeah, who has an affinity for putting his tongue out and licking windows.
True story. Month isn't special, though.
Not to be... halfway point was reached 10 laps ago. We got 90 left to go to settle this thing. I look for wholesale pit stops to start happening in the next, probably 6 to 7 laps. We're going to see some green flag stops by the racing that's going on. These guys have been throwing haymakers, but they've been showing respect. Paulson is trying to get around Baumgarten, and Mark Arthur says, you know what, guys, do what you want. I'm gone.
Yeah, Mark Arthur is completely checked out on the battle for second right now as
Baumgarten pulls it off. Move Baumgarten to the 53 machine to second. Move Paulson back to third.
Well, those guys have been throwing Chuck Liddell overhand rights at each other, and anybody that's ever seen the Iceman fight knows exactly that overhand right I'm talking about, where it looks almost like he's throwing a fastball at your face. And that's what these guys are basically doing, is they're throwing just hard right hands at each other, seeing who's going to cringe first. And we've seen it all season long. Baumgarten not one to flinch.
No, Baumgarten, he's a teammate for the number 12, Mark Arthur, and Baumgarten has been one hell of a student when it comes down to seeing what that number 12 is doing. But don't look now. Derek Paulson is not giving up on the back bumper of the 53. I think he might have a little something for him.
Yeah, but the question is, and we've said this time and time again, catching somebody is one thing, getting by them is a completely different story. And if Paulson is able to clear Baumgarten, is he going to have enough left on those tires to get not only to, but again past Mark Arthur. His only shot right now is to take the undercut.
Looking at the back end of the number 53 from the nose cam on Derek Paulson's car, you can see how close this battle is and how tight it is trying to get around him. Because you know what? The car it's a stock chassis. But damn, if you're Derek Paulson right now, that 53 looks like it's about 15 feet wide.
As Paulson looks to the inside going into 3, and Baumgarten slams the door in his face. Now, we did mention the undercut. Now, for those of you who don't understand what we mean by the undercut, as the tires wear off, the car slows down in its lap time. It's possible, if you can get into your pit stall cleanly before anyone else, out of your pit stall cleanly and up to speed quickly, you can use those fresh tires to make up just a ton of track position. So when everybody else has to go pit side, they're chasing you down, and then you get to play defense. And you know, like we just mentioned, getting to someone is one thing, getting by them is a completely different story. And you know, that's his only chance right now is to get in, be the first one onto and off of pit road,
and get in there without getting a speeding penalty coming in, hitting your marks cleanly in the box in the proper spot, so you take the least amount of time for 4 tires a tank of Go Fast, and getting out of pit road without getting a speeding penalty, all of which can end a good run, especially at a track like tonight where track position is everything.
Yeah, that's generally referred to when you don't do that properly. It's called stepping on one's own junk.
Yep. Doug Thompson
has been sitting on pit road for the last 23 laps.
Yeah. I think he's calling it a night, ladies and gentlemen, without actually putting it on the hauler and calling it a night. Because I was just taking a look at timing and scoring to take a look to see when we're going to see some pit stops. They should be happening very soon.
We're getting very close. Who's going to be the first one to blink, though?
Well, the first one to flinch every time so far has been the number 41 machine at Dalton Kilrow.
And I can't say I blame him, as he's already dropped back to 7th.
Rolling 7th and getting ready to fall back, you know, and falling back even further into the clutches of the 31, Patrick Cowgill. So I look for those guys to come to pit road here pretty soon, as either that or, well, shoot, he might have split those first stages. Now we're going to find out how long a tank of Go Fast can really go. They're going to see where the bottom of that fuel tank is, Tony.
I think we are, but the thing is, you really do have to be careful. Yes, this is only a 1.5-mile track, but you don't want to run out at the wrong place. And we've seen that happen time and time again in different series. You know, oh yeah, I can get one more lap out of this tank. Yeah, no, you can't, because you run out of gas going across the start-finish line, and next thing you know, you're 3 laps down, coasting on the pit road at 2 miles an hour.
Yeah, you've seen a good night go bad real quick, real fast, and in a hurry.
And from the sounds of it, Kilrow and Cowgill are going to pit together.
Oh, driver chatter going on that you are privy to that I am not.
Is Cowgill saying that his car has gone stupid tight, and being in the draft is actually loosening him up a little bit, so he's content to follow Kilrow, at least for right now, until he can get onto pit road and make a chassis adjustment.
I'm going to look now, but the lights are on, the sun is down, check the weather, the temp is falling. It's 75 on the track, 71 out there in the air, so those cars are going to tighten up and get stupid tight, so it's time to loosen it up and see what you got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, folks, the difference when we talk about tight and loose, the difference between tight and loose is when you have a tight car, you're hustling that thing off down the straightaway, you're looking to head it off into the turn, you crank that wheel to the left, your car, you know, you're telling your car, hey man, time to turn left, your car turns around, looks at you and says, yeah, I think I'm going to keep going straight. You put a little more wheel in it. Said, no, I said turn left. The car says, I don't care what you're saying, I'm going to keep going straight. Now, when the track makes a big left turn and your car says, I'm going to keep going straight, hello, outside wall. You hit it with the front end of your car, that's called tight.
Whereas Loose and Kilrow going to be one of the first ones on the pit road.
Yeah, it looks like the back half of the field did it. Mark Arthur is still, he is in pit road. Kevin O'Brien is the only one out there on the track. Don't know if he's going to be able to cycle it around for another lap.
Well, we're about to find out. But I think the best analogy I ever heard for tight and loose is tight is when you hit the outside retaining wall with the front end of the car. Loose is when you back, it's Paskowitz slides through his pit stall. Tight is when you hit the front of the outside retaining wall with the front end of the car. Loose is when you back it into the outside retaining wall.
Horsepower is how fast you're going when you hit the outside retaining wall, and torque is how far you take it with you.
Yes.
As I see everyone in on pit road, pit stops have happened. Kevin O'Brien, he got a point for leading the lap. Don't know if that's going to help. He's not up in the playoffs, but he's still going to collect that point. That's going to cycle this all back around. And take a look, but don't look now. The number 12 machine and Mark Arthur is out there in the front by 2.3 seconds over second place running Sam Baumgarten.
Coming into tonight, Kevin O'Brien was sitting in 10th place.
Oh, Kevin O'Brien looking for that bonus point for leading the lap, because it looks like that bonus point might be the difference between moving on or not.
Yep, Doug Thompson not having the run he was hoping for. Your point standing coming into tonight, Mark Arthur, Sam Baumgarten, Dalton Kilrow, Tim Bills, Nick Okier, Derek Paulson, the boss Tex Perry, Doug Thompson, Brian McRae, who's not here, Kevin O'Brien, Kevin Paskowitz, and Hoot Baker.
And Hoot Baker not being here, that's going to drop him in a big hole. He'd have to win Talladega, or the roll will probably to move on.
Yes, because coming into tonight, there was only, from Doug Thompson and back to Hoot Baker, there was only 5 points.
Don't look now. Caution on the track.
Oh, boy.
Us checking out all the scoring, and we kind of missed what happened there. Guys are looking like they're coming into the pits one more, they're going to pit again. So that's going to leave 75 laps to the end of the race, knowing they can go, say, 25 laps on a fuel run. That's 2 more stops to the end.
That caution is because of Cowgill on lap 124. Got sideways coming off of 2 and just backed it into the wall coming off of 2.
Yeah, well, he's going to hold it out there on the track. Everyone else came in the pits. He is the first car behind that pace car, so he's going to get a point for leading the lap. You imagine he's probably going to want to bring her pit side.
I think he is, only because he banged that car pretty good. He basically pancaked the right side of that car coming off of 2, touched back first and then slapped the front. He's gonna have to go pit side.
Well, thank God. We run one fast repair in this league, so that's snap your fingers. And Magic, you got a fresh fixed car. You do that again to your car, you're not going to have a Magic snap your fingers fast fixed fresh. You know what? Say that 10 times fast. Fixed fresh car.
How about no? But take a look at in the battle coming off of pit road. Take a look at who jumped up into the number 3 slot.
That looks like a 2-tire stop to me, or fuel only. Kevin Paskowitz, 9 seconds on the stop. Kevin O'Brien pulled a 5-second stop, so that was a splash and go. I'm going to say Kevin Paskowitz took 2 right sides and said, I'm going to try this.
Well, we're about to find out if it's going to work, as and the lights are still on the Ford Mustang GT 500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing. As Baumgarten's still showing the way. Sorry, Arthur showing.
Mark Arthur, he came out of pits ahead of Sam Baumgarten. Mark Arthur is going to be your race leader on the restart. Sam Baumgarten second. Kevin Paskowicz is going to take the green flag third. I'm going to be very interested to see how that two-tire stop happened, and I'll bet you other drivers are paying attention to it to see how it works for them as well.
I'll bet you everybody is, because you and I both know that two tires loosens that car up fierce.
Well, with the sun down here in Vegas, probably need it.
Yeah, but that really loosens the car up, and it's going to be fun to see what's going to happen to Paskowicz when the green flag's out going into turn one. If I'm Derek Paulson, Cowgill, or Kevin O'Brien, I don't want to be anywhere near that Marietta College number 7 when the green flag finally flies.
He may go full Leroy Jenkins on it when he takes that green flag, because he's going to try it. Lights are off on the pace car. One more circuit, and we're going to fire these bad boys back off in a hurry.
Leroy Jenkins!
Yes, sir.
Just gonna send it!
So, yeah. This is going to be fun to see, and he's either going to be a hero, or they're going to be piecing that Marietta College HOA ride to give number 7 back on the hauler.
Well, to tell you honest truth, folks, we were talking about the new damage model that iRacing gave us in this series. We might get a good look at it here shortly.
Safe bet.
But then again, Kevin Paskowicz is a talented individual behind the wheel. I've seen him hang on to things that I still wonder about. So, he may have the skill to run it. As the pace car is coming around, Tony, bring us back to the green.
Arthur going to have the button as the pace car gets ready to make that hard left turn onto pit road. Pace car is in. Arthur has the trigger, holds him back a little bit, finally uncorks it. We are back underway as Sam Baumgarten stacks that inside line up just ever so slightly. Paulson side by side with Kevin Paskowicz as they haul it off into turn number 1.
Yep, now Kevin Paulson's got a lot of faith knowing there's 2 tires on that number 7. Good thing, too, because it looked like number 7 entered that corner, and it did not hold down the track and washed up just a little bit.
That car did not want to turn at all as Powell throws it to the inside of Paskowicz now. Looks like 2 tires, not what you're looking to do.
Well, we're going to have to give it another lap or two, let the tire pressures come up to on the right side tires, and maybe start to level off with those left, because we only had, 3-4 lap run before that caution came out and guys came back in for tires again.
Well, we're keeping an eye right now. That's all on the inside. Paskowicz on the high side. Okie right behind them as they haul it off into turn number 3. Paskowicz able to hang tight in that second lane. So that might be helping him as well, as he's also in the draft of Derek Paulson.
Yeah, and he's up on that high side. We haven't seen too many guys using that high group all the way around the track. Kevin seems to be rolling it right now, seeing if that'll rubber in and give him a little bit of momentum on the run.
Well, as they haul down the Nellis back straightaway, he had a head of steam right now, as Powell going to just say, yeah, you know what, you want it more than I do right now, as Paskowicz closes right in on the back bumper of Paulson, and maybe 2 tires might have been the way to go, at least early on in this run, as we are starting lap 132 of 200.
Yeah, and not only is Kevin Paskowicz taking notes on the performance of his car on a 2-tire stop on a short run, I'm sure everyone else is watching that as Paskowicz makes a move around Paulson and takes that 3rd spot back.
Paskowicz making that second lane work as he now sets his sights on starting to reel in number 1 and number 2 in the points. That's Mark Arthur and Sam Baumgarten. Now, Paskowicz isn't in a must-win situation yet, but being as deep as he is in the point standings, he's going to need every point he can get tonight to try to make some headway and get into the Elite 8 in 2 weeks.
All right, so looks like 2-tire stop after about 5 laps, as you saw that, as I saw that. And that was the boss, Tex Perry, just Oh, all of a sudden just shooting her down to the inside, trying to keep it straight. Lost a lot of track position, rolling the 8th position right now.
New underwear to the 85 pit. New underwear to the 85 pit, please.
Yeah, we're going to be having a sponsorship from Hanes Underwear here shortly.
That's not a bad idea. Make that happen. Make it so, number 1. Or would that be number 2? Anyway.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying there. Back up to the front of the pack. Baumgarten ain't letting Mark Arthur get away with much right here. Look how close he is, right on the back of it. 1/10 of a second separation. That's not very much.
No, it's not. About a car length and a half from front bumper to front bumper. Sam Baumgarten right there within striking distance. I'm thinking he may have made some in-race adjustments on the number 53 Michael Falk Racing Designs number 53 ride, and may have dialed a little bit of looseness into that car.
Well, I'd say he had to dial a little bit of something, but you know what? I'm looking at my timing and scoring. That number 7 Marietta College machine of Paskowich, that 2-tire stop, he must have threw some adjustments at it, because that gap between him and Sam Baumgarten in second place is starting to shrink.
Well, here's the thing. I just looked at the lap times. Mark Arthur last lap, 31.262. Paskowich, 31.262. So he is running the exact same lap time as your leader, as he
just washes it up tight, and Paulson gets that inside lane, and don't look now, but here comes Powell, going to make the move as well.
Paskowich still hanging tough on that second lane. The question is it still going to pay dividends this long into a run? The answer is no. Powell to the inside now as Paulson gets the clear. Powell looking to get the clear going into turn number 1. Paskowich may have gone a little too hard, a little
too soon, because here comes Nick Okia. He's getting around there as well.
Okay, throws it to the inside, going into turn number 3. Side by side they go. That is your battle for 5th, as Okie makes it look that easy. So four tires showing dividends, and we're only 6 laps into this tire run.
Actually, we're 13 in.
Okay, 13 in.
So 6 laps, 2 tires good. 13 laps, 2 tires not so good. I can scribble that down in my notes.
That's everybody that was around him is probably watching their relative right now going, okay, where did he go?
Back up at the front, man. Sam Baumgarten is giving Mark Arthur all sorts of hell on that back bumper. I don't know. I don't think Baumgarten is trying to get around him as much as he is saying, you know what, Mark, if you make a mistake, I am right here.
True story, but the thing is, Mark Arthur has been known as the Iceman for about 5 seasons now. It takes a lot to get him shown.
Yeah, but then again, we've seen, how many times have we seen a guy in the last lap, or the last 3 laps of a race, he was ice cold in his veins the whole time, but the last 3 laps of the race just washed it a little too hard, tapped the wall, and take a look a little earlier in the race tonight when we saw Jason Powell tap that outside wall.
And how many times have we seen a guy on the money stop slide through their pit stall?
Sam Baumgarten on the first stop.
Mark Arthur lost 2 championships that way since we've been broadcasting this league. So, going to be interesting to see how this one plays out as we're starting lap 42.
Taking a look at Dalton Kilroe, he fell all the way back to the 9th position, battling with Tex Perry for the 8th.
Kilroe on the inside, Perry on the outside. Perry trying to make that outside line work, get a head of steam going down the Pinellas back straightaway. And they both have Cowgill in front of them. You got to think it's only a matter of time as there it is. Kilroe gets the clear on the boss coming off of turn number 4. So move Kilroe into the number 8 slot.
The lucky lockdown 300 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway is starting to wind down as we're closing in with 50, closing in on 50 laps to go. Looks like the guys are going to have to make 1-2 more stops under, if we stay green. Only 3 cautions, 2 for Stages, 1 for Patrick Cowgill, as Bentley Glazer, unfortunately, has called it a night and put it on the hauler.
Yes, he has. Not happy with the way that car was handling later in the runs. Saw what was happening and just said, you know what, I'm gonna come back at Vega and see what I can do there.
Talladega, a whole new beast, is one of the other leagues that we carry here, the iRacing East Series Super Speed Series. Friday night they took these cars to Daytona. And those guys put out, 35, 40 car field and found out that you cannot bump draft with these things.
Yeah, no, they found out the hard way you can't bump draft with these things. And Daytona is not wide enough to go 3 wide. Dega, maybe. Daytona, not so much.
And speaking of leagues that we carry here at ESPN, I want to welcome the MPI League. They're coming on. We'll be bringing you coverage of their series starting tomorrow night, 9:30 or 9:20 Eastern time. We'll be live with coverage. We're going to carry the last 12 races of their season. We want to welcome them to the ESPN family. We want to let everyone know, tune in and give them a watch, because we're going to probably field close to 40 cars at Michigan tomorrow night.
So we have a doubleheader tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right.
The Dirt Championship Esports Pro Late Model Series set to kick off just prior to that one, as they take that series to USA, the 3/4 mile in Lakeland, Florida.
Don't look now, but Sam Baumgarten got it all kinds of loose as Derek Paulson got it right underneath him. Don't know if they had contact there. Moved Derek Paulson to the second position. Sam Baumgarten trying to battle back with that small crossover move. Jason Powell and Nick Okia are right there with him. The leaders walked away. With this battle going on behind them, the leaders walked away by 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, Mark Arthur just that sail. And, you got Derek Paulson for Dr. Squatch, Sam Baumgarten running for Michael Falk Racing Designs, Jason Powell teammates with Sam Baumgarten with the Victory in Jesus number 18, and then you have the Dr. Squatch number 9 of Nick Okie holding down the number 5 spot. So 2nd through 5th, throw a blanket over them right now.
Yeah, these guys, but the battle that they're carrying on, trying to see sorted out who's going to get second, has allowed, Mark Arthur to just run away almost a full backstretch lead, 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, that's huge here at Vegas. As Paskowicz went a lap down, Tim Bills went a lap down. I believe those guys have already taken it pit side. So that's, I dare say, that's not the money stop yet, but those guys are just trying to stop the bleeding.
From what I can tell, 24 laps on this run right now, 50 laps to go on the end of the race. I'm thinking they're trying to stretch it to make one more. They're going to have to make a stop and another one after that.
Yeah, whereas the guys that are still out on track are going to try to, find where bingo is on this fuel tank and, get 4 Mr. Feelgoods and a fresh tank of go-go juice and hopefully try to make it on one stop from here. We're not within range yet.
No, we're not. But, laps are clicking off. We're running we're hauling the mail around Vegas at 32 seconds, 31 seconds a lap. 49 laps are going to click off awful fast because we're not seeing that yellow flag fly a whole hell of a lot tonight.
No, we're not. And that definitely speaks volumes for the level of talent here in the NASCOM Online Racing Series. And if you would like to join these guys, in future events, you can find them on their Facebook page, NASCOM Online. NASCOM online, all one word. You can find them on their Facebook page. You can find them in the iRacing Leagues page. And Powell bringing it pit side.
All right, first one to flinch on the group. Looks like it's Jason Powell. Everyone else hold it out. I got my eyes on Mark Arthur, wondering when the leader's going to bring it in, because usually when one flinches, he's trying to make the undercut because he's going to get, a second and a half to 2 seconds a lap faster times on fresh tires. So these other guys have got to be thinking almost time to come pit side.
I dare say you're right, but this should not be the money stop. They're going to need to make at least one more stop after this. So Arthur, Paulson, Baumgarten, Okier, Kilrow, Texby up into 6th. Then Jason Powell being scored in 7th, Kevin O'Brien in 8th, Kevin Paskowicz in 9th, and Patrick Cowgill in 10th. Tim Bills, the last car, still running, sitting in 11th, with Paskowicz, Cowgill, and Bills 1 lap down each.
Yeah, but
And
they made
Baumgarten's
those stops.
Baumgarten's in. Paulson's in. Okier in. Mark Arthur stays out 1 more lap. Dalton Kilrow stays out.
So does the boss, Tex Perry. Kevin O'Brien and Kevin is the last one on the lead lap. Our last car on the track still hasn't made his stop yet. So 4 cars have yet to bring it in, and here comes your leader, Mark Arthur, right now. 29 laps. It looks like he's bingo on fuel.
Well, that car is still running as Dalton Kilrow stays out to get that all-important bonus point for leading a lap. Finally gets it under his belt.
3 cars have yet to bring her pit side. That's Dalton Kilrow, the boss, Tex Perry, and Kevin O'Brien.
And it's going to be fun to see where Derek Paulson, who won that battle off pit road, he's coming off a 4 right now. Mark Arthur.
Dalton Kilrow, he short pitted him the field in the first couple of stages. Reversal of strategy. He's holding out there the longest of everyone so far.
And he just called it. He is pitting this time.
All right, Dalton Kilrow, 29 laps on his tank to go fast. Man. Mark Arthur kind of got, it was the vanilla filling in the middle of that Oreo as here comes Dalton Kilrow into the pit stop.
So Kilrow in. As of right now, Jason Powell should be shown as your leader.
Kevin O'Brien still making laps on the track. Kevin O'Brien brings it in. That is going to cycle
Powell to the lead.
Kevin Paskowicz way off on pit cycles with everyone else on a complete different strategy.
Yeah, but he should put him in 3rd.
Well, looks like no, he is going to roll 3rd position. 3rd position with just under a second, about a half a second lead over Derek Paulson, who's in 4th. But Jason Powell, he has got the lead, but don't look now. Look who's right on that back bumper. I mean, all over him, and that's that pink number 12.
Blood in the water right now.
Not going to be long in his feeding time.
Yeah, as Mark Arthur working on the back bumper of his teammate right now. And we heard Mark Arthur say that he got the base portion of the setup that he's got in that car right now. Wow. So that's the story of my racing career. It's, I've been out, hey, you got anything I can borrow? Yeah, sure, try this. And next thing you know, I'm getting smoked by my own setup.
Yeah, but then again, though, that was the same base setup at the start of this race 160 laps ago. These guys have been in pit stops making adjustments, and I can't imagine Powell making the same adjustments that Mark Arthur is to the same, exact, tire pressures and track bar heights and spring offsets and everything. These guys have tailored that thing to themselves right now, and we're seeing a show of skills. Powell looks to have the better of the two, but Mark Arthur, man, he is just so good. He is just going to stalk him and not push it to burn up his stuff, knowing he's got to make one more stop before the end of this thing.
And that's something we've seen Mark Arthur do season in and season out. He knows how to tune these cars. He throws it to the inside, going through the 3-4 complex. Arthur on the inside, Powell on the high side, and gets the clear coming off of 4. Powell with the
tried to make the crossover, just couldn't quite get her done.
And that's what 95 thousandths of a second looks like, about a car length and a half, as Mark Arthur, your new leader, and Paulson's still trying to reel these guys in, though. So Arthur showing the way, Powell sitting in second, Paulson in third, Baumgarten currently sitting in the number 4 slot. So trouble with Baumgarten on that pit stop is he lost about a full second to this battle.
Yeah, but he's still got a good 3.5 second lead over your 5th place machine, or Nick Okia, running in the number 9, the number 9 machine running in 5th. Patrick Calgill, Kevin Paskowich, Dalton Kilrow, Tim Bills, and Tex DeBoss Perry rounding out the top 10. Kevin O'Brien in the lucky dog position, 1 lap down.
So yeah, 11 cars still running here in the first race of the round of 12. 9 of your playoff contenders showing up here tonight. We are missing Hoot Baker. We are missing Brian McRae. So 10 of the round of 12 showing up tonight. I can math, really I can.
Hey, he can even count to 20 when he's got no socks on, folks. Or is that 22, you mutant?
I proved that earlier. I need my socks and shoes off, not past. So, yeah.
Look at that battle for second place. Jason Powell and Derek Paulson, man, just throwing hammer blows at each other. It's down to the, as we say, nut cutting time. 35 laps to go in this thing right now.
35 laps to go, and we have not seen the money stop yet.
Okay, Mr. Pit Boss, Mr. Crew Chief. You know you got 35 laps to go. You know you got 10 laps on your tires already. So what do? Do you run it to your bingo on fuel, hoping for a caution to take your pit stop, or do you split what's laps you got left to maximize your times because you know the cautions haven't been coming out? What's your call, Mr. Crew Chief?
If I was sitting on top of somebody's pit box, I'm telling them to stay out till at least lap 180. Come in, get for Mr. Feelgood's a tank of Go Fast, and we'll see how it plays out from there. But I'm telling them to stay out till at least lap 180.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the great equalizer is that caution flag, and that can come out anytime it feels.
Well, the thing is, we haven't seen anybody really step on their junk badly enough, aside from Pat Cowgill on cold tires, stepping on his junk coming through too. Other than that, we haven't seen anybody step on their junk, so that caution has not come out. So I'm going to play the odds, and I'm going to say, hey, we're probably not going to see a caution, so I'm going to give you 20 laps worth of new tires and go for it. As Mark Arthur continues to show the way, just over a second to the good over Derek Paulson in that Dr. Squatch number 6, as he has his rearview mirror filled with Jason Powell. Powell doing everything he can to try to hang on right now. And Sam Baumgarten has walked away from Nick Okier. He stretched that lead out to almost 4 seconds now, as Baumgarten trying to reel in this battle for second to try to get on the podium tonight.
Yeah, but with 15 laps on those tires, and we've seen the handling issues on the cars once they get a little bit of tire wear on them this deep in a run, closing up a second and a half gap is a tall order.
It's a tall order, but we've seen Sam Baumgarten come back from more. But I would like to point out that Derek Paulson, so far, your biggest mover, started 11th, sitting in second right now, so gaining 9 spots.
And those are valuable points in playoffs.
Very much so. We're 20 or 30 to go right now. I'm telling my driver to come in 10 laps from now, and we'll let it play out from there. Go like hell, to quote what was written from
Carroll Shelby to Mr. Ken Miles.
Go like hell. And if you can, reach over and pull that rev limiting chip out of the MSD box that's sitting on your dash and just let it eat.
7,000 plus, go like hell. That was a great movie. I gotta tell you, man. Did you seen that movie?
The story I liked. What they did for the shooting locations left a lot to be desired.
Well, yeah, I mean, as race fans, we're perfectionists, over what we're seeing in the vintage time. But the story, I mean, the things that, come on, Carroll Shelby stealing the stopwatches. And then when his buddy says, hey, nice watch, where'd you get it? And he holds it up and says, hey, you want one? It's Italian.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Ken Miles deserved the victory in that race, if you ask me, folks.
Yes, absolutely. That was one of those that. And for those of you who don't know the story, Ken Miles set numerous lap records in that race with the GT40, and the Ford executives wanted a photo op coming to the finish line, and essentially robbed Ken Miles of the Triple Crown for endurance racing that year. He'd already won at Daytona. He had already won at Sebring. The only thing he needed to the final jewel in the Triple Crown that season. Wow, Powell just slide for life. Or sorry, Paulson.
Paulson making a slide for life. You know what? Camera 1, instant replay. Show me what you got. You said Powell?
Paulson.
Taking a look at the number 6 machine, rocking the Dr. Squatch colors on the side. You can see him. Oh, slide for life for a reason. Sparks fly off of the right side of that car as he tapped the wall.
Yes, he did, and he has Jason Powell all over the back bumper of that number 6 Dr. Squatch machine right now.
Not for long as Derek Paulson makes that move down to the bottom, gets the advantage going across the dog leg and hauls it off into the turn 2, headed for the back straight, and washes it up across the front nose of Derek Paulson. I mean, I think, fast repair is going to be in order if he hadn't already used it.
And we are seeing the money stop as O'Brien has gone pit side, Cowgill has gone pit side, Perry has gone pit side.
And Paulson's bringing it in now.
Paulson going pit side finally. Looks like Sam Baumgarten staying out, Mark Arthur staying out, Jim Powell staying out, Nick Okier going pit side. It's going to be fun to see where this one cycles out to as...
Different strategies playing out.
Yeah, it's going to be 13 to go this time across the stripe.
Okay, crew chief. You are now one of the 5 cars that stayed out, did not come into pit. Everyone else undercut. Are you staying out till your bingo fuel, hoping for a caution, and being one of the only cars left on a lead lap? Or are you yelling at your driver, say, hey man, you better get in here too?
Well, I'm watching what's going on right now with Mark Arthur and Tex Perry on the fresh tires, and your leader just gives him one of his laps. I'm coming in next lap if I'm Mark Arthur.
Mark Arthur's got 4.5 second lead over your second place Jason Powell. Another 2 seconds back to Samuel Baumgarten, who's got another 7 seconds back to Dalton Kilrow. I mean, 14 seconds, from first to fourth. That's an awful lot of real estate, my friend.
Well, I told you I was coming in with 20 to go, and Mark Arthur down on the white line. He's going to keep it out one more lap, looks like.
There is no way in hell anyone can Carl Edwards the field tonight with 20 laps to go.
As Powell brings it pit side.
And then there were 4.
Kilrow stays out, and Powell is in.
I'm telling you, if a caution came out right now, Kevin O'Brien looks like a genius.
Yeah, pretty much. Because he's going to get the lucky dog. He's going to be able to get 4 Mr. Feelgoods on that car. And yes, he's going to have to go to the tail end of the field, but he's only going to have to go to the tail end of the lead lap cars. As, well, Paulson just got by him, so O'Brien no longer in the lucky dog position.
All right, and then there were 3.
And O'Brien said he's coming in this time.
Yeah, O'Brien's coming in. Dalton Kilrow holding it out there. 14 seconds behind the leader, Mark Arthur. The only 2 cars left on your lead lap. Caution comes out now. Dalton Kilrow looks like a genius.
Pretty much. As Mark Arthur just got passed by Tim Bills, so Bills got one of his 2 laps back. And you got to think Arthur's looks like he's trying to go bingo on fuel. Nope, he's bringing it in now.
Mark Arthur bringing it in. I think bingo's got to be 27, 28 laps for these guys, because that's the farthest we've seen anyone go. Dalton Kilrow's only got 25 laps on this tank. He can hold it out there another 2 laps. Caution comes out. He is the super genius of the night. But I don't think it's going to happen, man, with the way these guys have been racing. Dalton Kilrow, only car on the lead lap right now, in first place, picking up that point for leading the lap. 17 to go, Tony.
Not yet. He hasn't gotten that point yet, as Mark Arthur was spurred at the stripe as your leader. Kilrow is still 4 seconds back, and Arthur down and away. And here comes Paulson. Paulson, your new leader, as this cycles through. Because Kilrow still has to make his money stop.
All right, Paulson has got a 2.5 second lead on Mark Arthur. Kilrow scored as your race leader right now. Derek Paulson, 22 seconds behind him. Mark Arthur, 4 seconds behind Derek Paulson. This is going to be interesting. Can Mark Arthur make up?
No, he's not. Kilrow stays out again.
Yes.
Wow.
Kilrow has scored as your leader. Derek Paulson, second place, 21 seconds behind your leader. Mark Arthur, 3.9 seconds behind Derek Paulson. Can Mark Arthur make up 3.9 seconds in 14 laps?
We've seen him do crazier things.
Dalton Kilrow bringing her pit side this time around, so he's going to give up the lead because he hasn't got to go fast to get there. 13 laps to go. It's going to hand the lead of this race over to Derek Paulson with a 3.7 second advantage. Derek Paulson, oh my God, if this, if it's, he's like, please stay green, please stay green, please stay green.
Absolutely, but you do realize that we have attempts waiting for, go ahead and say it.
Green one checker.
And that's definitely not what Paulson is looking for, as he just went into the lead. Kilrow down and away.
Now, I want you to take a look at this. 3.4 second deficit now from Mark Arthur to Derek Paulson. But here's the difference. Mark Arthur's got 6 laps pressure tires than Derek Paulson does. Derek Paulson undercut the field big time.
Yes, he did. Coming across the stripe, Mark Arthur 31.1 to Derek Paulson's 31.4. So Mark Arthur just gained 0.3 that lap.
Okay, 3.10, so that's 3.6, 9 laps would bring him a second.
Right now, the lead is the length of the Nellis back straightaway.
3 second deficit. 13 laps to go. Mark Arthur's picking him up, putting him down for all he's worth. 0.4 of a second faster on that lap.
So Mark Arthur's got that Powerpuff Girls number 12 set on kill, hoping that Derek Paulson's not going to be the Mojo Jojo to his Mojo tonight.
Yeah, well, we didn't see a full back straight distance on that time around, ladies and gentlemen. You saw that pink machine coming. 2.4 seconds now. Go ahead and cue the music.
Blood in the water with a whole full half second to the good for Mark Arthur that last lap.
The deficit is down to 2 seconds. .79. 11 laps to go. Can Derek Paulson hold on, or will Mark Arthur come and catch him? Now, catching him's one thing, man. We've said it before. How wide can Derek Paulson make that car look to Mark Arthur?
Well, we're about to find out, as that was 0.7 to the good for Arthur that last lap.
You got to figure Derek Paulson's got to be, if he's got anything left in those tires, I'm sorry, but you know what? 10 laps, 9 laps to go. It's time to use them.
You know, I'll apologize to the tires when the race is over. Right now, I'm asking for everything that those Goodyear Racing Eagles have.
And oh my God, what was a full backstretch is now only a quarter of the backstretch, as we are under a second deficit. Mark Arthur is picking him up and putting him down, hauling the mail, doing everything he can to get to the back bumper of Derek Paulson. This is going to be, and we got 9 laps to go. 8 laps.
0.6 to the good for Mark Arthur that last lap, and there he is.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your battle. Mark Arthur looking... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Make that call.
Mark Arthur trying to get maximum points. Throws it to the inside, coming off of turn number 4. Drag race to the stripe. We are 7 laps to go this time across. Mark Arthur with the clear going into turn number 1. We've got a new leader.
Mark Arthur back to the point with the move of the race. We've seen him, you know, through pit strategy, he's lost the lead every time in the pits due to undercutting, but oh my God, what he's doing with that car, he just brings it right back, and he's already opened up a half-second gap on Derek Paulson, and now Derek Paulson's got to watch out, because it's not that much further back. Can Jason Powell, has he got anything for Derek Paulson?
Well, Jason Powell was 5 seconds back, now only 3 seconds back. So you've got to think that the Victory and Jesus Motorsports number 18 has something for that Dr. Squatch number 6. But, you know, the rookie Derek Paulson had a hell of a drive tonight. Started in 11th spot, did not have the qualifying attempt he was hoping for. Actually didn't post a time in qualifying, all the way up from 11th starting spot to 2nd.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking for Derek Paulson tonight?
Maybe.
That's kind of where my mind is, considering where he started, you know, and the challenges that he's had. Even though he's not going to be the race winner tonight, the showing that he's made has really impressed me. That's kind of where my feelings align.
Yeah, I'm kind of having to agree with you there, and I think we're going to need to get the manager of our Teespring store to make up special awards for what we're talking about doing that we can send out to deserving drivers of said award. Yeah, just a little coffee mug.
Yeah, taking a look at the top 10, you know, and that's pretty much what we got except for Kevin O'Brien out on the track. Top 10 kind of looking like this. Mark Arthur, 4 laps coming across the line, making 3 laps to go. Derek Paulson in second. Jason Powell third. Sam Baumgarten, Nick Okia, Dalton Kilroe, Patrick Calgill. The boss, Tex Perry, rolling 8th. Kevin Paskowich in 9th is just going to go a lap down. He'll be the first car 1 lap down with coming up on 2 laps to go. As Kevin Paskowich smacks the wall, but does not bring up the caution thanks to that big, wide backstretch.
You know, the one thing I'd like to also point out, what was a 3-second deficit is now down to less than 1 second as Powell is reeling in Paulson. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. Can Paulson hang on to second, or is he going to relegate back to third with Powell breathing down his neck? This is where it gets interesting. Powell in the white and blue Victory in Jesus Motorsports number 18.
Here he comes. Powell sucks up onto that back bumper. Coming across the line, looking for the white flag. He's going to have one more circuit around, 1.5 miles left to do it. Can he get around that number 60 machine of Derek Paulson as he makes his move down low, takes it below the apron, side by side as they cross the line? Give that one to Powell. Powell looks like he's going to get that second spot away from Derek Paulson. I am still going to make my decision for Derek Paulson tonight, but move Powell up to the second spot. What a move.
Absolutely. Powell's going to have one more shot at him as they're into heavy lap traffic now. Powell throws the block, goes to the inside of Tim Bills coming off of turn number 4. Mark Arthur, your victor. Hanging on for second is Jason Powell, who started on the outside of row number 1. And Derek Paulson coming home in third after starting 11th. Wow, what a finish for the podium.
Mark Arthur, yes, brings it home for yet another victory. How many times that boy we call a win for him? He's got 10 wins already this season. Make this win number 11 for the number 12 machine of Mark Arthur.
Absolutely, as Mark Arthur bringing it down to the start-finish line and just complete Tokyo drift onto the Legends Oval, sliding it sideways through the grass, smoke in the air.
Still counts. Still counts.
Still counts as we are going to actually reach out now to our winner tonight, Mark Arthur. 4-second deficit made up in the last 10 laps of the race. Mark, congratulations on getting maximum points out of Sin City.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, I didn't know. Derek came out and he was that far ahead of me, and I looked down and I said, ooh, we got like 13 laps to go. I hope I didn't mess up. But I think he tapped the wall there one good time in that last stint, and I think that helped me catch him a little bit. I knew my car was really good long run, but, this is all Jason's win. Jason Powell helped me out. I mean, my setup was pretty good, but it just didn't feel right. And he's like, here, try this. And what I was telling him right when y'all moved us is I said, hey, all I did to your setup was change the right front camera, put some more spring in the right rear. That thing was money on the long run.
Yeah, well, sweet. 162 laps led, my friend. Congratulations.
Yeah, and this ain't one of my favorite tracks. I don't like the cookie cutter type tracks, so I'll take it. It gets me in the next round. I'll take it.
Well, I was telling Byron earlier too that Jason Powell tonight is the story of my driving career, where I come up with a setup that I think is fast, and I know I'm quick with it, and I hand it to one of my friends saying, "Here, see what you can do with it." Next thing you know, I'm getting smoked by my own setup. So
Yeah. I mean, I generally don't use other people's setups, and I tried that. I mean, I took a different job, so I'm not able to mess with it during the week. I can only do Saturday. So, we usually jump in about 6 o'clock and start working on the setup till 9 o'clock. And I don't know, I was lost. It just wasn't feeling right. And I don't know, whatever they're doing to the tire now is weird. I mean, they don't really do tire models anymore. I don't think. They just keep changing the parameters, and every time they do something, it just feels way different.
Yeah, well, we're not going to have to worry too much about tires next week because you know what? We're not going to a cookie cutter. We're going to the big slice of pie at Talladega. Talk to me about your expectations there.
I can't stand restricted play race. I wish they'd take every one of them off of the circuit for NASCAR. I call it brain dead racing. I mean, everybody. I mean, it's fun if people know how to do it, but the problem is everybody wants to lead. And anybody can lead, and that's where you get problems. People run up that outside with their buddies. Supposedly they fixed this car where we can push now. We'll find out.
That would be a big negative as of last night.
Yeah, okay.
Rider, the pattern is full because we found that out last night with this car at Daytona.
Yeah, so everybody wants to run up the outside, and then as soon as they hear clear, they want to duck it down on the inside, and we know what happens, especially with these pointed noses on these cars. They're like the street stock. You end up getting hooked in front of the whole field, and it's usually not of your doing when you get in a wreck there. So luckily we have one reset, but any kind of 0X or a bump and you forget to uncheck it, and you use it, and then if you get in a big one, your night's done. But I don't care for it.
It's a wicked way to close out this round. We opened up here at Vegas. Go to the middle race in Talladega. What's your view of the nut cutting race for this round over at the Roval?
I love the Roval. I like the Roval. I'm not a road course ringer, but I do like the Roval. That's why I was kind of Texas was going to take all the road courses out, and I'm like, what? No, don't take that out. I love the Roval, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully my mom and sister was in here tonight. I don't know.
We did see Miss Constance in the YouTube chat earlier.
Yeah. Well, I thank them for watching. So, but I don't know, man. On to the nerve-wracking Talladega. You'll see me just pin the bottom and try to sit there and be patient. That's all I ever try to do. Try to be there at the end.
Well, you came in with the points lead. You're going to lead with the points lead. So it looks like you're going to be good for Talladega, and it looks like you're going to be good for the Roval. And then we'll talk about the next three when we get there, man.
I appreciate it, man. It's good to have you back, Byron. Hopefully you can start making it again, too.
Well, that is my plan. But when my boss decided to say, hey, look, you want to go take this to the West Coast for us? I said, sure. I expected to be, only miss a week. No, he decided to keep me out for a full month. So, but it is good to be back home. Everyone, I'm glad to be back. I have a lot of fun calling this league. I miss you guys a lot. Can't wait to see what the rest of the season is going to bring for us.
Yeah, it's fun. I hope I can make every race, and I'm hoping I don't have to miss any races before the end of the season. What's the last race? November something, isn't it?
Let me pull my schedule here. All I got to do is click one button. And the last race is going to be November 7th, and we're not doing it at Homestead. It's out there in the desert in Phoenix.
Yeah, hopefully we still have an America after the third. So,
yeah, well, we'll see. I'm not getting in the middle of any. I don't want to be witness to nothing. I don't want to be witness to nothing.
That's right.
Congratulations on the win, Mark. We'll see you next week at Dega.
All right, thanks, Tony.
User was moved out of
that was your race winner, Mr. Mark Arthur, in the number 12 machine. I do believe we have our second place finisher.
I have Jason Powell with me right now. Jason, excellent showing for the Victory in Jesus number 18 tonight. Mark Arthur just gave you big compliments for helping getting him squared away with a baseline set. And he already said this win is basically yours for helping him out, to get a good set under the car. Talk us through what was going through with the closing laps. You were, at one point, 10 seconds back off of Derek Paulson.
Yeah, I was, I knew I had to pit a little early, before that to try to get in front of him. And I knew how that worked. I knew he would be I knew he'd be falling off in the long run, and I didn't think I had nothing for him, and I was just ready to settle in for third. And then I seen him coming back to me, and I figured I would just use up every tire I had to get to him. But we barely got there. But I'm happy to get second behind Mark,
Wake up.
and don't let him fool you. I think he could take any setup under that car and go grab a win.
Well, impressive drive for you tonight. Started second, but when the sun was still out on this track, we saw you have a couple of Jesus take the wheel moments.
Yes.
New fire suit, new underwear to the 18 pit a couple of times.
Yeah, I told him I pinched a hole in the seat there once or twice. It was it was loose, but when that sun went down, it felt perfect, man. I was able to really drive off the corner, and I could drive in deep. And I was hoping to have a shot at Mark, and I tried to fight him off, but I knew he'd get around me. But I was trying it with everything I had to lead a couple more laps anyway.
Well, on the stop before the money stop, we saw that you had a little bit of a pucker moment there, as you and Powell were battling for what essentially was going to be the race lead, and you guys split Mark Arthur as he was coming out of the pits. What was going through your mind when that all took place?
Yeah, Dalton had just keyed up and said he was pitting that time, so I thought he would go low and let me take the high side, and he didn't. And I seen Mark, and I thought, well, here's my chance on Mark. So I guess, like you said, it was Jesus take the wheel, because I just threw it in there and hoped that there was room.
Well, there was just enough room as Arthur let you have the clear going into 3 and essentially gave you the race lead, getting that all-important bonus point, as I know you're not in the round of 12. Started a little bit later in the season, didn't make the round of 16. But talk to us your thoughts as the series moves to the biggest track on the tour, oval-wise, at the 2.65 mile Talladega Superspeedway next week.
Well, it's going to be a whole different animal for me, because I'm a short track guy, and I don't race a lot of NASCAR stuff or the NASCAR track. So I guess I'll just try to hang out with my team and kind of see what unfolds.
I'll give you a big hint. Don't push with this pointed nose.
Yeah.
Hashtag not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll play extra safe at Talladega, because there's people in the playoffs, and I don't want to take a chance on taking anybody out.
Yeah, that's definitely the right attitude to have, is just run your race and don't put your car in a bad position at Talladega, as we've seen time and time again people unfortunately do. And after that, we've got arguably probably one of the most difficult tracks in the playoff rounds, as we go to the Roval at Charlotte.
Yeah, I've not even turned a lap there, but I do like some road racing. I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy it, so I am excited to go there.
Well, just look at a road course as if it were a 20-turn short track.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the best way to look at it, my friend.
Yeah.
Anybody we want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jesus for all that he's brought me through and that he's going to lead me through. And thank you guys for awesome broadcasts. I go back and watch them. And Mark and Sam for letting me squeeze in on the team.
Well, we're glad to have you here, and we've noticed that you served notice to the rest of this league that, you know what, next season there's going to be a new name in this playoff series, and that's going to be Jason Powell.
I hope so. I hope to try to finish this season, on a good note and take some momentum into for next season, because I really like this league. I wish I'd have started a little bit sooner to be able to be in the playoffs, but I'm happy that I'm here now anyway.
Well, welcome to NASCOM Saturday night. It's your best place to be, the only place to be as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, I'll second that.
All right, folks. Second place finisher, Jason Powell.
We'll see you next week at Vegas.
See you.
User was moved out of your channel.
I gotta move here.
Moved to your channel.
And joining Byron now is our third place finisher, Mr. Derek Paulson.
Derek Paulson, what a run. Third place, man. That was a heartbreak that I saw for you at the very beginning. Falling off, as far as you did from first, you undercut that pit stop at the last one masterfully, but Mark Arthur just had the whole field covered. But, dude, you didn't have the qualifying effort you were looking for, started 11th, and we saw the rise that you made and the performance you put on. Congratulations to our ESBN driver of the night, our third place finisher, Derek Paulson.
Thank you. Yeah, the reason why I short pitted that last stretch is I got the wall off too. I didn't think I got it that hard, but my car all of a sudden just went slow, and all the guys behind me were catching me, and I'm like, well, I can make it on gas. I better go now because I'm just losing time on the track. But even if I would have stayed out, even an extra lap, I think I would have held off Jason. But you know what? Podium, for me is I'll take it at this track, and I didn't expect it to go into to the nighttime, so my setup wasn't quite made for evening driving. But you know what? Again, its car felt pretty decent, and yeah, no one could touch Mark. He's on another planet tonight again, as usual.
Well, you know what? To get a podium finish, considering the group that you're running with, that's a hard task to accomplish, man. I haven't been able to accomplish it every time I've gotten behind the wheel and run with these guys. So I know exactly how hard it is, but it was a heck of a run that we saw you do, man. The setup just wasn't quite there. How bad did that, or how much of a transition did that track make on you from the beginning of the race in sunlight till when we finished up at night?
Yeah, it tightened up the track tightened up pretty good there. And I usually like my setups a little bit more tighter than the rest of the guys. But, with that night coming down, even with me doing a little bit of adjustments, I probably should have taken a bigger swing at it. But I didn't want to really upset the car too bad. And, like I said, third place, I'll take it.
Yeah, third place, not bad at all. And just want to give you a heads up, as far as the point standings go, you came into this race in the sixth position. You made 2 spots up in the point standings. You are now sitting in fourth place, my friend.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yep, points are out. Mark Arthur holding the top spot. Samuel Baumgarten behind him. Dalton Kilrow, you are in fourth, my friend. Nick Okia, fifth. Tim Bills. William Tex Perry, he drops a spot to seventh. Our biggest mover tonight is Kevin Paskowich, up 3 to 8th position. Doug Thompson, 9th. Kevin O'Brien in 10th. Followed by Brian McRae and Hoot Baker. But, hey, what's your thoughts going to the Super Speedway, man? What do you got as expectations there? Next week, Talladega.
That's just ride around and pray you don't get caught up in the big one.
Yeah, and like I was giving everyone else, my advice, don't push with the pointed nose.
Yeah, though rumor has it they fixed the pushing a little bit.
We found out last night that is not the case.
That is not the case. Well, yeah, but this car I've never really pushed. I don't think you've ever been able really to. So yeah, just like I said, ride around and hopefully everyone stays out of trouble.
Yeah. Hey man, anyone you want to throw a shout out to before we let you go here?
Yeah, I gotta throw a shout out to MF Designs. Or the guys. He's the guy that puts the paint on my car, and gotta thank Dr. Squatch for being on board and my Dr. Squatch teammates. Gotta thank you guys for broadcasting us on Saturday nights, and I gotta thank the guys here in the league for running it on Saturday night and letting us have a place to run on Saturdays.
Yeah, the boss puts on a heck of a league. Tex Perry, we can't say enough about what he does for you guys and everyone else in the admin, bunch. And can't say enough about it. Congratulations on that third place finish, man. Look to see you after next week at Talladega.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, that's your third place finisher, Derek Paulson, our ESPN driver of the night, starting 11th, finishing. He had a heartbreak, man. He had that race, but Mark Arthur just had him way too covered.
Yeah, Mark Arthur definitely had the setup in that car tonight. Compliments of Jason Powell. That Powerpuff Girls number 12, just maximum points tonight. Led from the pole, led most laps. won both stages and took home the victory. Mark Arthur was not to be denied here at Vegas tonight.
No, he wasn't, and racked up his 11th win of the season. He's sitting 33 points to the good for the playoffs, still in that top spot. Biggest mover tonight, Kevin Paskowitz, moving up to that 8th spot. He is in the bottom of the cutoff. He's going to have a good showing at Talladega. But then again, Talladega's that wild card for everyone.
Well, we've seen Paskowitz win at Dega before. So, it's really anybody's race next week. Moving into one of 2 wild card races here in the second round of the playoffs of the NASCOM Online ARCA Series.
Yep. It's going to be a fun one to watch, man. I can't wait to see next week. But, hey, you know what? An announcement I want to make is don't forget, tomorrow night, doubleheader on ESPN. We're welcoming in a new league tomorrow night, 9:20 Eastern Time. I want you all to tune in. And welcome to boys in the MPI League. We've got the last 12 races of their season starting in Michigan tomorrow night. And they fill out big fields. I'm looking for big things from these guys. I can't wait to see it, Tony. What about you?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see it because I'm going to be in Lakeland, Florida with the Dirt Championship Esports Pro Late Model Series as they go to round number 2 of season 1 for that league. So 2 consecutive weeks, and we've got a brand new Sunday night league to bring to you. Doubleheader tomorrow night. Looking forward to seeing the replay of that after I get done at Lakeland. But yeah, I mean, this is awesome that the MPI series has selected ESPN as their new home.
Yep, we're proud to have them, folks. I look forward to it for tomorrow night. But for tonight, NASCOM Online Saturday night, iRacing's a platform, ESPN's a broadcasting network, and NASCOM Online Saturday night is your league. We've had a lot of fun. From Tony, Pat, Trapasso, I am Byron Rodney up here in the booth. It's been a lot of fun. It's been real fun for me. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. We'll see you next week at Talladega.
Come get me. I am done.
Winning